The magical amusement park. In a small town where everyone knew each other, there lived a little girl named Natalie. Natalie was 4 years old and loved playing in her room full of toys. However, lately she noticed that her favorite things, like old shoeboxes, worn-out tights, and breadcrumbs, were taking up more and more space. She felt sad when she had to part with them, and changes, like the new amusement park replacing the old field next to her house, were difficult for her. One evening, as Natalie sat in her room, she noticed a small, shiny invitation lying on her desk. It was written in golden letters. "Welcome to the magical amusement park. Discover the magic of changes and farewells." Curious, Natalie decided to check out what this place was all about. When Natalie crossed the park's gate, she noticed that everything around her was different. Colorful carousels, flying balloons, and smiling faces of children filled the space. There was something more. Magical characters who seemed to know her name. Natalie approached the first attraction, which was the Carousel of Memories. As she sat on one of the horses, the carousel began to spin, and images from the past appeared before her eyes. She saw herself playing with old toys, but also moments when she met new friends like Tommy, Ella, and Anastasia, and discovered new games. Natalie realized that while old things are important, new experiences can bring just as much joy. Suddenly, a talking teddy bear named Cuddles appeared before Natalie. "Hello, Natalie. I see you're having trouble with farewells. Come, I'll show you something special," said the bear, and led her to the next attraction. Cuddles and Natalie reached the Swing of Changes. When Natalie sat on the swing, she felt herself lifted into the air, and the landscapes around her began to change. On one side, she saw the old field, and on the other, the new, colorful amusement park full of children. "Changes can be difficult, but they also bring new opportunities," said Cuddles. Natalie began to see that the new amusement park could be just as wonderful as the old field. The next attraction was the Maze of Friendship. Natalie entered the maze, where she met various characters who helped her find her way. Each had their own story about changes and farewells. Natalie realized she wasn't alone in her feelings, and that new friends like Tommy, Ella, and Anastasia could help her through tough times. In the middle of the maze, Natalie met Mrs. Rose, her favorite preschool teacher. "Hello, Natalie. I see you're brave and discovering new things. Remember, changes are a part of life, and we, your friends, will always be with you," said Mrs. Rose, smiling warmly. After many adventures in the magical amusement park, Natalie felt it was time to return home. As she crossed the park's gate, she noticed her room looked different. The old things she once loved so much now seemed less important. Natalie understood that changes could bring new, wonderful experiences, and that farewells are part of life. Natalie looked at her old shoeboxes and tights, then at the new amusement park outside her window. She smiled and felt ready for new adventures. Changes can be difficult, but they also bring joy and new opportunities, she thought. Natalie learned that although farewells are hard, they can lead to new, wonderful experiences. Changes are a part of life and can bring joy and new opportunities. With the support of friends and openness to new things, Natalie discovered that every farewell is the beginning of something new and beautiful.